Welcome back to Memoir 44. We're doing a breakthrough scenario called Counterattack of the BEF, the British Expeditionary Force. All right, let's begin. Of course, we start with the British Expeditionary Force. And I think the card we're going to be playing, we're going to play Probe. So we're going to order 2 units in the center, and we get 2 units on the move. All right, so let's figure out which 2 units are going to be activated in the center, and then which 2 anywhere on the board are going to be on the move. All right, I think it's time to take on the German Panzers. So we're going to take our Matilda tanks. We're going to move them, and we are also going to take our Cromwells or Crusaders. I forget which would be at this point in time, 1940. Right here. So these are the 2 units in the center. Kind of wanted to fire off our artillery, but we'll hold off on that. We got to attack these German troops here. Now, on the move, I think I'm going to selectively pick a couple to try and preserve our not getting them knocked out. All right, so the 2 units on the move, we're going to move our Matilda tank out of the way, because it's going to get completely destroyed here unless we do it. And then we will move up our infantry, these guys. Alright, so now it's movement time. So while these guys are here, we're going to have our Matildas. They can move 2, so we're going to move them back 2 to here, try to get them out of the line of fire. And then the infantry can move 2, so we're going to have them move in front of the tank to block line of sight. Now, it's not going to do anything for their mobile artillery, but at least we're trying to preserve our one Matilda tank unit without getting it knocked out and becoming a medal for the German troops. All right, let's get moving the tanks in the center. All right, we're moving up our armor. These guys are going to move 2, so we're going to go 1, 2 to here. Are we going to move 2? Yes, we're going to move them up here. A little risky, but we got to take it to the Germans here, so we're going to move 2 there. And our other regular tank units here, again, we can only move 2 because of Blitzkrieg rules, so we're going to move 1, 2 to here. And they are going to be able to fire as well. All right, we've got some German armor kind of trapped on the railway. I think we're going to take it to them, readjust the camera, and I think we're going to be attacking these guys. All right, we're going to start off with these tanks attacking these tanks. 3 dice, 3 dice, 3 dice. There's no benefits or anything on the tracks. So we're going to be rolling 3 dice against the German Panzers. And let's see what we can do against them. Their first tank attack. Oh, really nice. We got a tank hit and a grenade. That is going to wipe out 2 of the German armor. Right there, and now we have our Matildas doing the same thing, pretty much point blank. Well, it's not point blank, it's not a close combat, however, it is definitely combat. We just need 1 more hit to take out those Panzers, and oh my god, well of course, there are heavy tanks. 2 grenades and a tank symbol absolutely just decimate that armored unit. That is our 3rd medal as the British-French troops. Cool. The Germans have 1 temporary medal, and we have 3 permanent ones now that we've knocked out 3 of their units. We get another command card. We get infantry assault. All infantry units in a section. Units may move up to 2. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, I am liking the sound of that. All right, that's our card. All right, it's over to the German player. All right, it's the German player's turn, and they are going... what were they going to play? They are going to play this card right here. Attack! Order 3 units and 1 on the move. So, of course, for them, it's going to be 3 units on this flank and 1 unit on the move. So, let's figure out which 3 units are going to activate and which one is going to be on the move. Alright, they get to activate 3 units down here. They are going to... what are they going to do? They are going to activate their mobile artillery, of course. That's one definitely they're going to activate. They're going to activate... mobile artillery. They're going to activate the infantry in the church, And one more. I mean, they can activate these guys here, and I think they actually will do that because they're on either the center or right flank for the Germans. They'll activate this unit, and they don't want to lose it. All right, they also have one now that can be on the move, so let's figure out which unit they're going to have on the move. All right, the one unit they're going to have on the move is going to be the infantry that's over here in the town. So let's get moving them, because it's movement time now. So these guys can just move. They're going to move up in behind their 88 guns, exiting that town. That town's not worth a victory point anyway, a victory medal for us. So the Germans are going to move that up. All right, let's get down moving the units, the three of them on their right flank. All right, the three units here, this guy's not going to move. They are just going to attack. The mobile artillery is indeed going to be moving in here. And it will be able to attack, as it can move one and attack. These guys are going to move back into the town. They are retreating, basically. And so they will be able to attack, obviously, because they're moving back. Okay, attack time. I have to figure out what they want to do. So I think they're going to start. I have to readjust the camera a little bit to get the dice tower in. I think they're going to be starting with their mobile artillery. Yep, they're going to start off with the mobile artillery. And I think I can get that in there. Yes, I can. So they're going to be attacking the single unit in the stronghold. Now, the stronghold you'd think would be good against an artillery attack, but let's have a look here. If we look at the stronghold, it's just -1 versus infantry, -2 versus a tank attack. Infantry may move in and battle impassable by armor and artillery. Okay. Occupant may ignore all flags. So basically they get to ignore all flags, but they do not get to ignore the hits because we have our mobile artillery. All right, two dice. So it's 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. So 2 dice against the fortress. We're blasting them. We're being blasted by the German artillery. And, oh man, wow, our fortress didn't do any good against that mobile artillery assault. That is the first, or that's the second medal, I should say. They have one temporary medal here for the Germans. And yes, they're going to be attacking infantry to infantry right there. So we'll get the dice tray back in place. 3 dice now. I think it's -1 against the train station. Railroad station -1. So instead of 3 dice, the Germans will be rolling 2. And what do they get? They get 1 more hit. So they're doing a pretty good job of knocking us out in that flank. Okay, that's going to be it for the German player. They, of course, grab a card, which we will not see. It's back to us, the British Expeditionary Force, and our French allies, troops helping us out. All right, we are going to actually just play a recon. It's a recon 1, so we're going to activate 1 in the center, and we get 2 on the move, and then we get to draw 2 cards, discard 1, and keep the other. So yes, let's go ahead and do that. The unit we're going to activate in the center, believe it or not, this one counts as being in the center, is our artillery. We're going to activate them, and we have 2 on the move. So let me figure out which 2 units we want on the move. Alright, one of the units we want on the move, we got to get our infantry up into place. So we're going to activate the British infantry back here. And I think we're going to move up some French infantry. Or no, I think we need to move something else. I think we're going to have to move up some more infantry, so we're going to move these guys. Alright, it's move time! And so, on the move, these guys can move too. Oh, that's not a great place to go. So we're going to go this way with these guys. I don't want to cut off a retreat because then flags will start doing damage. So these guys are on the move. They've moved up to that location, which of course you can't see. Oh no, you can see that. Okay. For a second I thought you couldn't see it. All right, that was the one on the move. Let's check out the other one. Our other unit on the move, I'll kind of give you a long shot. These guys are going to move 2 up to here. We got to get these units up to the front lines to start taking on the Germans a little bit. So these guys are moving up there. And we have the 1 artillery going to fire. It's going to fire at the German 88 guns. We're trying to pick them off so that we could send the French in. But right now, those guns are pretty dangerous. We kind of want to stay a little bit away from them. And I know that sounds so wimpy, but we don't want to just get our guns, our rest of our troops just annihilated. So 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice, 1 dice, 1 die. We're rolling 1 die against the German 88 emplacement. And let's hope we get a grenade, because that's the only thing that's going to take them out. And we get a tank symbol, which does not do anything. So we're just shelling that area, but the 88s are dug in very well. Okay, we played a Recon 1. That means we get to grab 2 cards. We get to pick one. And I think we're going to take the probe 2. 2 and 2 on the move, or 1 and 2 on the move. So we're gonna discard the Recon 1, and we're going to keep the probe 2. All right, that's us finished. We're going to end off today, once again, with the Germans going. Alright, the German player will play a general advance card. Order 2 units in each section. Alright, that's what they're playing. So they're going to be ordering 6 units. So let's figure out which 6 units they will be ordering. Alright, on their left flank, they will be ordering some armor, I believe. This armor unit, they're going to order them. And they're going to order these guys. They're 2 tanks in that section. Now let's take a look at the center section, which is actually, you can see the only 3 units in the center here. They're going to order these guys, and they are going to order these guys. All right, let's take a look. Oh, they have artillery. Ooh, hang on. 3, 3, 2, 2. Well, no, they're going to order these guys, I think, for sure. All right, let's take a look at their right flank now. And it should come as no surprise to anybody at this point, but yes, indeed, they're going to be activating their mobile artillery, because it's such an awesome unit for them. It's not doing a lot of good for us, the Allies, and they are going to activate these guys. All right, it is move time. So, I guess we'll start here. The mobile artillery. Is it going to move? It is not going to move. It is just going to attack. These guys are not going to move. They are just going to attack. Okay. Over we go to the center section of the board. Now the anti-tank gun, these guys are not going to move. They're just going to attack. So they have the option of, they can either move or attack. And that's it. Because they're anti-tank unit, and they're going to be shooting at our Matildas, I think. Yes, they will. These guys, though, are going to move, and they're going to move 2. They're going to go, yeah, they're going to move up to here, but then they will not attack because they move 2 and they've got nobody to shoot at. Anyway, up we go to the tanks at their left flank. Alright, and their tanks on the left flank, these guys are going to go 1, 2, 3 into here. So they're grouping their panzers together for some nefarious purpose, I am sure. They have nobody to attack, so that'll be the end of that. And these 3 guys are just going to go 1, 2, 3 across this way. Alright. And they won't be able to attack or anything either. So they've clustered up a bunch in the center. I don't know why. Anyway, that's what they're doing. All right, it's attack time. And can we... You know what? I'm going to put the dice tray here, because we can see it now. It's very long range. But these guys are going to be shooting 1 die. So 3 dice, 2 dice, 1 against the tank unit. Now, these are anti-tank guns. So I'll take a quick look at their card once again. They fire like an infantry unit, so 3, 2, 1. They may only move or battle, so they're just battling. Now this is interesting. Stars hit on armor. So because they're shooting at our Matilda tanks, our armor unit, which is just at the bottom of the screen, they're rolling 1 die for distance. And this time grenades, tanks, and stars are considered hits. And of course they get a flag. So our Matildas have to retreat, so let me just readjust the camera for that. So basically they've just shot at the Matildas and we have to retreat one space. So why don't we go in behind the forest? Alright, at least we have a full unit strength there, so that's okay. Alright, they have 2 more units to attack. Alright, the Germans are going to start attacking with their infantry, and they're going to be attacking the train station. So 3 dice, -1. They're rolling 2 dice into the train station, and let's see what they get for their attack. They get a hit and a retreat, and the train station does not allow them to ignore an retreat, so they're going to pick off one of our infantry, and this guy's going to have to retreat. Might as well retreat to the fortress, obviously. Okay, we have 1 unit left for the Germans to attack. They're going to attack, of course, the single unit in the fortress. 3 dice, 3 dice, 2 dice, 2 dice. They're rolling 2 dice. There's no cover for these guys. This is just mobile artillery pounding away. They did a good job last time, so let's see what they do this time. Rolling 2 dice, hitting on grenades and infantry symbols. And this time they get a grenade. Wow. They've taken out another one of our British infantry with that rotten mobile artillery. We've got to do something about that, but we haven't been able to. Wow. All right, we're going to back the camera out. Of course, yes, they do get another card, of course. We're going to back the camera out and wrap it up for this episode for today. All right, well, that's going to wrap us up for today. So this is the lay of the land at the moment. The Germans have a temporary medal for taking over the church pretty handily, I hate to say. They've taken out 2 of our infantry units, so they have a total now of 3 medals. We also have taken out an armor unit and 2 infantry units, so we, the Allies, have 3 medals. So we're tied at 3-3. We've got to go to 12. A long ways to go yet, and lots of stuff to happen. So far as the Allies, we've been trying to stay away from the 88 guns, because once we get mixing with those, we're going to be in trouble. We keep trying to pick it off with our artillery, but I don't know how we're doing. We can only roll 1 die and we need a grenade. It's very tough to get rid of them, but as per history, it was very tough to get rid of those 88 guns anyway. And of course the Tiger tank had the 88 gun built right in. That's why it was such an absolute fearsome beast of a tank. Anyway, thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, likes, memberships, dislikes, everything helps out my channel. I really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying this breakthrough scenario. The counterattack of the British Expeditionary Force pre-Dunkirk by not very much, about a week or so. We got our work cut out for us. We're tied right now at medals, and we'll see what happens in future episodes. So thanks so much, and I hope you'll join me next time for the continuation of Memoir 44, Counterattack of the BEF.